Hi everyone, this is David Kern with WealthQuest. Today I'm going to be talking about when it might make sense to bunch your charitable donations. So with the passing of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2018, there were many people who used to itemize deductions on their tax returns that could no longer do so. This was due primarily to the fact that the standard deduction doubled. It also had something to do with how you itemize deductions and the limits placed on them. So you had people who, particularly who may have been charitably inclined, that no longer received the tax benefit of their charitable gifts because they just took the standard deduction every year. This is when the idea of bunching your charitable donations became pretty popular. The strategy of bunching is basically when you take 2 years worth of gifting and you give it away in 1 year, and in doing so you're able to increase the amount of deductions you itemize that exceeds the standard deduction, and therefore you now get the tax benefit of it. An example of this would be this year, I think about what I'm giving this year and next year, and I pull that forward into this year and gift it. And therefore I get to claim it on my tax return. This is bunching at a very basic level. There's also bunching that I call mega bunching, and this is for anyone who has a tremendously high tax liability or will be in a high tax bracket in any given year. And so this is due to an outstanding event. Maybe it's the sale of a business, deferred compensation that was paid out, or options that have vested with your employer, and you find yourself in a higher tax bracket than you will be in the future in a normal year. And instead of bunching 2 years at a time, this is where we want to think about bunching 3 to 5 to 7 years at a time. And the number depends on your own situation, but we are trying to take advantage of deducting as many dollars as possible in that really high tax year. And so by pulling forward gifts from multiple years, that allows you to do so. Now, there are some inconveniences that are presented with bunching, and the main one is the disruption of the rhythm that you may be used to in gifting. Maybe you gift monthly, maybe you gift quarterly or annually, but when you bunch, you're essentially giving a lot in 1 year and taking the other years off. The solution to this inconvenience is through utilizing what is called a donor advised fund. A donor advised fund is essentially a holding pen for charitable dollars where you can make a gift into that donor advised fund, get the tax deduction in that year, but then gift out of that donor advised fund over whatever time frame and time period you want. This allows people to bunch and then continue the rhythm of their gifting over time. So I hope this was helpful as we considered bunching your charitable donations, and have a great weekend.